Hello beloveds, this is Steph Parasha, Divine Light, coming out to you from New Zealand, Aotearoa, with an energy update relating to light workers, twin flames, those that are working on the energies of divine masculine, divine feminine healing. I'm feeling more and more that this is where I'm leading with my work, and I'm going to sort of broaden things out a little bit more just from focusing on the twin flame energy, which is pretty much the divine masculine and divine feminine energy anyway. It's just wording to open out to talk about more broader themes relating to the healing of the divine masculine and divine feminine, or masculine feminine. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about what has come through for me personally on a personal level and on the collective level for healing over the last week. So we've just crossed into a full moon in Pisces. We're still in the sign of Virgo. So generally speaking, for me, Pisces means going deep, going into the emotions. And of course, over this weekend, I have definitely gone deep into my emotions. I'm finding that it is only through relationship with others that I'm able to access those kind of trigger points, because the other person will often trigger me to look at whatever it is that's kind of coming up for healing. So for me, the themes that are coming up within this healing are healing the father wound. So again, the father relates back to, again, the masculine, feminine, our early relationship as a small child. And a child is very much more in that feminine, sort of vulnerable, receptive state where they're relying on others, they're dependent on others to receive love, to be safe, to feel secure, all of those things that we're looking for as children. So again, we're working now on the inner child. Whatever relationship we had with our father, this is coming up to be looked at now. So there's a massive, big healing going on within the masculine. And again, when we talk about masculine, feminine, we do need to be careful not to get caught up into that being a gender. So when we talk about the healing of the masculine, that's going on in females and males at the same time. However, when it's a big clearing, it can affect both males and females in their bodies in different ways because of the polarization effect of what's happened with the duality aspect of playing those roles. So for me, as a female, more of a feminine energy, for me the healing around the masculine is about healing wounds from my childhood relating to my father, where I felt unloved, uncared for, unvalidated and unheard by him. And also I lacked any kind of physical contact with my father, any hugs or cuddles or touch. And so growing up with that feeling has left me with a feeling of not receiving enough love from the masculine, and that then translates into my relationships with any other males that come into my life, that I feel like they're not going to give me the love that I need, or I have to try and seek it in ways that I'm not really comfortable with, but I do anyway to try and seek that love. I become a little bit obsessive, a little bit controlling, and move into what's known as anxious attachment. So this is another thing to look at if you're doing some work around this, and I know a lot of us are, because I can feel this energy trapped in our heart chakras and our solar plexus area. So if you're experiencing tightness or pain or discomfort, as in my case, I've been experiencing a lot of digestive issues and discomfort in my digestive system, a lot of bloating and blockages in that area. And that's where I've stored all of my pain relating to not feeling loved by my father. And so going into this, healing this is really important. So I know when I start to feel the pain of these emotional areas coming up in my body, and I know that I'm having emotional reactions and I'm acting out in certain ways, it's very, very painful to go into and acknowledge. So that first part is just being really easy on oneself when we are finding ourselves in a state of emotional reactivity, and just be with ourselves in that moment. Just take the time to go in and be present, and take the time to do some healing. Just slow everything down, because the emotions kind of race things up and make things speedy and make us want to get out of the pain like now. So we want that gratification. In this case of an anxious attachment bonder in relationships styles, that would be reaching out, grasping, needing the validation from outside to know that you're loved and cared for. And when there's a gap in that love for whatever reason, it doesn't take long for a person in that style of anxious bonding to freak out and think, oh my gosh, they don't love me, they don't care about me, this is all going to go wrong, and get into really anxious states of being around whether or not you're getting that approval or love from that other person. So that for me, it's very important at that time to just go within, just withdraw myself, actually let go, because the attachment's becoming too strong. I have to demagnetize or cut off any kind of heavy magnetic ties that are coming in over around that situation, wanting to control it, and just coming deep back within myself where that painful place is, deep within that inner child that's needing that validation. So I create a kind of divine masculine figure that comes in and attends to that inner child within me that's upset and needing someone to sit with them, someone to put their arm around them, to talk to them and say, hey, it's okay, I'm here for you. What do you need from me? Are you doing okay? How was your day? And brushes your hair off your forehead and gives you a wee hug and cuddles you for the right amount of time where you feel safe. So this is a big issue for feminines, where we've felt unsafe and we have not been able to trust the love that we're receiving from the representation of the masculine in our life. So this is the massive part of this healing going on at the moment. I do feel this is collective. I got the words like bad daddies, which sounds terrible, but as I was kind of tuning into this healing for the collective, I just felt that this was needing to have some time for anyone who's been affected by not having a father that was not there for them, that hurt them, that harmed them, that abused them, neglected them, or just in general may have been a bit harsh with them, or not really giving you the love that you felt that you needed, which creates trust and safety issues in relationships going forward. And that can cross over to whoever, whether it's a male or a female within the relationship. The dynamics of the masculine and feminine are going to play out in both genders, but possibly in different ways. So that's where you'll see the avoidant bonding style, where you'll get that runner-chaser dynamic. So I really urge those of you that follow my videos, whether you're a twin flame or in a divine masculine-feminine relationship, wanting to create more conscious awareness around these issues, really important to look to do some research on attachment styles, anxious and avoidant bonding, and really look at that. So at the moment what we're getting is a lot of healing for the masculine within, needing to really balance that out in whatever way is needed. For me, it's reparenting myself with an inner masculine that's going to really take care of me and be there for me and make me feel safe and secure and protected, and is going to offer me physical touch and connection when I need it. And that also, I'm also seeing the dynamic here of giving and receiving. So what can often happen in these kind of unbalanced relationships is that anxious bonder will do too much giving and want to go into the relationship too much and give too much. And so this is about pulling back on wherever you're going into, whichever style you're going into, you need to reverse it up and do something different. So in my case, I need to really withdraw, because I'll go in and I need to come back into myself. I need to kind of maybe more move into the avoidant style of bonding, just to take some space for myself so that I can get my center back and create my own energy zone where I'm working on my inner work internally, not projecting out and grasping and needing from the other person or obsessing over what the other person's doing, coming back into myself. So this is a big healing part at the moment. The masculines themselves are going through a massive healing as well. People in the male, I'm talking about the male body. So those in the male body will be really feeling the need to balance out here, and I'm feeling the masculine male is going to try to offer more support to the female, the feminine. This is a really important theme. So there's going to be needing to be a lot more receiving from the feminine. So the feminine needs to come back into receiving from the male, who needs to step up and provide and give more, connect more, and offer more security, offer more stability, offer more love, and really step it up. And this is really important right now as well. So yeah, this is the main theme. I'm not going to make this video too long. I want it to be succinct and clear in the messages. Just quickly though, I see I've just been talking for 10 minutes, so I will just talk about the cards that I pulled for the representation of what's going on in the collective. So for the divine masculine, for the masculine energies, I got the card of the death card in the traditional tarot deck, and then for the divine masculine, divine feminine deck that I use from Christabel Jessica, I got the card Transcendence. So the masculine energy is going through a massive shift right now. Huge. And so is the feminine. The feminine is feeling more also to keep that balance within the self. I got the Queen of Pentacles for the feminine, so that practical, grounded, earthing, holding space as well, even holding space to receive, so being still and grounded. I got an image for me of making a sort of like I was inside like a huge crystal salt lamp kind of thing that was very protective of me, and it had very strong walls, and it was like an amethyst crystal I was inside, and it was just so beautiful. I felt very safe in there. So creating that sense of safety is really important. And for the Christabel Jessica's Divine Feminine Masculine card, I got Sacred Sexuality for the feminine. So this is also about just that slowing down of, when we're getting into, maybe if you are in a partnership or relationship setting, situation where you are intimate, that it's really important to slow things down as much as you can to stay really connected in the spirit and the soul of each other while you're connecting into the body. So this is, again, where a lot of healing needs to be done. I saw also when I was doing that bad daddy healing, and I'm sorry to have to go dark and deep on this, but this is just the reality of what we're working through right now and how extensive the healing is and how deep it goes. So the healing of sexual abuse. So there we have another level of pain of the collective feminine wounding around sexual abuse by fathers to their daughters, or any males to females, where this is still very much needing to be healed and has created a lot of blockages and pain. So now in the middle, the card I got of the energies between the two, I got the Chariot card, and I'm just going to leave it there. That's just one card for me that's so clearly, succinctly what we're doing right now. We are very much balancing out the two sides. In the Chariot, you see the two sphinxes, a white or a golden sphinx and a black or dark onyx silvery sphinx, and that's the two opposites, the yin and the yang, the power and the control around the two there, where it's been out of balance through so many different situations, a lot around the emotional center. There's been a lot of power and control around the emotional center, so I'm seeing that being healed up and coming into balance now, the real need for balance. So this is important, this message, and I feel like I even kind of want to flick out a little bit of a 144 alarm, which is, our number in Lightworker territory, that it's time to step up and, as a Lightworker, do this healing for the collective within yourself if you're feeling it. If you're not feeling it now, it's going to be coming up within this week. I do suggest remembering to ask for help. I did a big healing, calling on the energies of all of the divine masculine, powerful guides, ascended masters and healers, and gods and goddesses, and whatever divine masculine energy was out there available for healing to be brought into the body right now, and did a beautiful healing on myself, where I just felt that for me it was a sense of calm and safety that the divine masculine was bringing in. It was just very, very, very calm and very, very, very safe. So that's kind of, I feel, what's needed at the moment, to slow things down, feel calm, feel safe, both with the divine feminine, both with the divine masculine, balancing out those energies within first before looking out, feeling the balance of the yin and the yang, the eternity symbols. These are the kind of things that twin flames work on, that twin flames heal, that light workers heal. So I hope you're all feeling this, And I'm going to leave it there and sending out a lot of love at this time for this healing to take place. And remember to look after yourselves. Okay, I'm going to say bye for now.